Hello there. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Welcome to my channel. My name is Fusu, and today I'm going to talk about the 10 culture shocks I saw in the Philippines. Now, the last video I made, it was about 10 culture shocks in 10 different countries. During the video, I specified that I will make a total separate video about the Philippines since I have so much experience in traveling over there. Alright? Now, since my name is Globe Master, let me get a little geographical facts about the Philippines to you. Alright, now first of all, the Philippines has over 7,100 islands. Okay? Now, these islands, 90% of those islands are uninhabited, which means people don't live on the islands. They are pretty much spread out through the Philippine Sea and in the Pacific. And in some cases, China is stealing some of those islands. Shadow. Better. Now, one thing a lot of people don't know about the Philippines is that the Philippines is a very, how would I say it, in length, it's a very long country. From the north of Luzon to the south of Mindanao, it's about traveling the distance from Toronto, Canada to Mexico City. That's how long the Philippine Islands are. Okay, now, there are 3 major islands that is inhabited by people, or how should I say it? 3 major islands that people lives on. So now the first one is Luzon Island in the north, and then you have the Visayas Islands in the middle, and Mindanao, the large southern island in the south. Now, the first time I visited the Philippines was about roughly 10 years ago, and this is the culture shocks that I got myself into. So I'm listing 10 culture shocks that I experienced and share it with you. All right. Now, the first one I will talk about is the people. The second will be their transportation systems. The third will be their food. The fourth will be their pets and animals. Right? Their fifth will be their open markets. For example, their palenques and sari-sari stores. Number 6 is my personal experience of how people stare at you, especially if you look like me. Number 7 was how should I explain this? The love for life and music the Filipinos have. Number 8 is mega malls. Number 9 is Catholic churches and cathedrals. All right, and then number 10 will be Ladyboys and transgender people. Okay. Now, before I start, I gotta let you know something. Filipinos are very creative people. Okay, they could make something out of nothing, literally. All right, so let's get started. Number 1, we're gonna talk about people, the Filipino people. Now, from my personal experience, Filipinos are the most friendliest people in the world. Some of the most friendliest people in the world are in the Philippines. Okay, they are very welcoming and pretty much laid back people. They are awesome people. All right. One thing that I noticed about Filipinos is they are good people. They are friendly and nonviolent people until you mess with them. Okay? Then they turn Manny Pacquiao on your ass. You mess with a Filipino, they'll go crazy on your ass. Alright? Number two, I noticed that family is very, very important to Filipinos. Right? You could see a whole bunch of families from, I could say from grandparents to newborns living together in one compound, and they love themselves. Unlike us here in America, I'm not gonna go there. Okay, they can live together. Okay, even extended families, you could see a family living together with their in-laws and this and that, and it's not a problem. I also noticed that a lot of Filipino men, I don't know, it's part of their custom, they like to live on the women. I saw that. Okay, now see, one thing I also noticed about the Philippines is they got some of the most beautiful women in the world. Okay, if you are a man and you like to see eye candy, the Philippines is the country to visit. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful women. Now, see, the Philippines got a long history of Spanish occupation. So you could see some mixed blood Filipinos that look like Jennifer Lopez walking around. Beautiful women. Okay? Then the Americans came in. And you know what Americans do. So there's a lot of Filipino women that are, how do they call them? They call them Philams. You know, they have Filipino and half Americans, and they are very, very beautiful. Alright? What else can I say about the Philippines? Let's move on to number two. Number two is transportation. Now, everywhere you go in the world, you know, you have the rich, middle class, and the poor. In the Philippines, I noticed that the rich, there are a lot of rich people in the Philippines. Don't get it wrong. But the rich, the very rich can afford super nice luxury cars, and the very poor somehow make do with tricycles and motorbikes and all kinds of stuff. Okay, now I had never seen a jeepney until the first time I visited the Philippines. Now a jeepney is it's like old-fashioned Jeep with an extended cab in the back for passengers. And every jeepney you see in the Philippines, from Manila to the small towns or provinces, you see every jeepney have their own special decorations and arts. It's amazing. Okay, I have a video of me and my girlfriend riding the jeepney. If you check my channel, you'll see it. What else? Tricycles. Oh my goodness. Now tricycles is pretty much it's a motorbike with like a little sidecar, and you will see it's ingenious how many people could fit in a tricycle. Okay, I've seen tricycle with about, one time I counted 9 people on a tricycle. I was shocked. Right, tricycle will be a culture shock to you if you visit the Philippines for the first time. Okay, what else can I say about their transportation? You can also see a family on one Kawasaki bike. I'm talking about, let's say, a mother, father, 3 children, and they're all on one bike with no helmets. It's crazy. I've seen these things in the Philippines. Now let's move on from number 2 to number 3. Number 3 will be their food. Now, I love to eat. And the Philippines, if you visit the Philippines is one country that you can never go hungry if you got money in your pocket. Okay? Now, you will see some culture shocks like, first of all, Filipinos love McDonald's, and they got this what is it called? Jollibees. Jollibees is like their own version of KFC. And I noticed one thing. They serve rice with, Filipinos eat rice with everything. Okay? They serve rice in McDonald's, in Jollibees. Any restaurant you go to in the Philippines, they have a rice dish. Okay? What else? Chicken. Now, chicken is not wasted in the Philippines. Okay, Filipinos eat chicken from pretty much from the head to the feet. Everything, intestines, anything goes. All right? I've seen grilled chicken intestines and grilled chicken feet and all kinds of stuff. They do not waste the chicken. Okay? What else did I see? They also got some traditional foods like balot. Now, if balot is like I don't know how they make it honestly, but it's a duck embryo in the egg, and it's hard for me to explain, but you got to see it with your own eyes. Okay? Personally, I could never eat that thing, but I guess it's a delicacy for Filipinos. All right, what else did I see? Lechon baboy. Oh my God, lechon baboy. Now, lechon baboy is they pretty much, after they butcher the pig, they take out all the insides and they stick this bamboo. I don't know if they stick it through the mouth, through the ass, or through the ass, through the mouth, or whatever. I don't know, but it's this. They pretty much it's like a whole barbecue pig, roasted pig thing, and it's a big delicacy for Filipinos. Okay. What else did I see? Purple eggs. They got all kinds of foods. Okay. And they got this thing called halo halo. Now halo halo, I followed my girl. She was like, try it. I tried halo halo, and it messed up my stomach for like 2 days. So, if you're going to the Philippines for the first time, do not eat halo halo. Okay? Unless you have a very strong stomach, do not mess with that halo halo stuff. It looks good, but it will mess your stomach up. All right? Now, when it comes to food in the Philippines, I have my personal favorites like what else? Like pandesal. Now, pandesal is this small bread, and usually like they are in they have these young guys that sell them on a bicycle with a basket in the front. They ride around in the morning, and you hit them with the with the bells, the horn thing going boop 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 boop. And man, I could eat like 10 of them at one sitting. I love pandesal. What else did I like in the Philippines? I also like they have these small eggs. This they're like this big, very small eggs, and this beautiful. Okay. I also like pancit. I could eat pancit 2 times a day. Pancit is a Filipino dish. It's one of the best. Okay. Now, also when it comes to fruits, they have these small bananas. I don't know if they call them senoritas or whatever. It's these small bananas. And the first time I went to the Philippines, I ate so much of them. But what I didn't know is you're not supposed to eat a lot in one sitting. And that got me pretty much constipated. Okay? Now, when it comes to food, the Philippines is like pretty much the breadbasket for Southeast Asia when it comes to like fruits and veggies. There's no fruit in the world that you cannot find in the Philippines. All right, it's their land is so fertile. You could find any fruit or veggie in the world in the Philippines. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is pets and animals. Now I'm gonna try to make this one quick. The Philippines, it don't matter if you live in Manila or in a small town or in their provinces, you will hear chickens. Like all times of the day, you will hear chickens. Okay, chickens are pets, and also ducks. All right, and one thing about the Philippines is they have a lot of dogs. Okay, some of them are street dogs, pretty much defend for themselves. It's a lot of that in the Philippines. Okay, let's move on from pets to number 5. Number 5 is the open markets. The open markets, how would I call them? They have these, I hope I pronounce it right, it's called palenques. Now palenques is like, it's a huge open market where you could buy from fruits to veggies to meat to fish to everything. You can find everything over there. Okay, and then they have like little stores in every neighborhood. They're called sari-sari stores. Pretty much anything you could buy from phone loads to everything, load nadito or whatever that thing is called. You can find everything over there in the small sari-sari stores. All right, let's move on to number 6. Number 6 is staring. Now, if you're a foreigner and you visit the Philippines for the first time, one thing you're gonna notice is people will stare at you. People will look at you, especially if you are a black person like me. You will be stared at. Okay, now it's not, how would I say it? I don't think they are trying to be rude, because they are not rude people, but they just, I guess a lot of them, especially when it comes to black people, a lot of them never seen black people. So when they see you, they will look at you. Okay, and sometimes you could see like a group of people. After you walk by, they will have, I don't know their language, but you could tell that they're arguing like, oh, he looked like Michael Jordan. Oh, no, he looked like Dwayne Wade. Jordan, no, Wade. And sometimes I just laugh it off, because personally I think I look better than Michael Jordan or Dwayne Wade. So, whatever they want to say, that's their thing. Okay, what else? Kids. I had this experience with this child. Now, everywhere you go, kids will say hello, hi. And one time I was walking with my girl, and this kid must be like around 9-10 year old, right? And I guess when they see you, they think as long as you're black, you're hip hop. Now, right now I'm wearing my hat like this simply because I don't want the light to cast a shadow on my face. And as soon as they see you, they'll be like, yo. So this kid was like, yo, what's up, my nigga? And I was like, what? But then right away I realized that he don't mean no harm. He just saying what he hear on TV or whatever. Okay, Filipinos like black culture, so he just repeating what he heard. He don't even know that word means something bad or whatever. So I didn't take it as any big deal. All right, let's move on to number 7. Number 7 is, I noticed one thing too, that Filipinos have a love for music and life. Filipinos I guess after work or on weekends when they're not working, you could see the guys, they will gather around with their drinks and their radio, and they'll enjoy their music, drink, gamble. They enjoy life. Okay, they love karaoke and ballad songs. I don't know what it is with ballad songs. These slow Michael Bolton type of songs. Filipinos love ballads. Okay, what else can I say? They're just generally fun-loving people. All right, let's move on to number 8. Now, number 8 was, I went to the malls in the Philippines, and let me tell you something. Filipino malls put American malls to shame. They got the biggest malls you will ever see in the world in the Philippines. Okay, they have the Mall of Asia in Manila. That mall is so freaking huge, dude. It's not a joke. If you live in New York City, like over here, I live in Brooklyn, New York, and we have Kings Plaza Mall, and Mall of Asia is like 10 times the size of Kings Plaza Mall. It's no joke. Okay. Also, one thing I noticed, if you're going to like malls or like money changer places or any places that deal with money, you see a security guard, standing in front with a gun in the holster. I'm like, wow, is it that bad? But really, it's not that bad. I guess it's just their thing. Okay. Number 9 is Catholic churches and cathedrals. Now, Filipinos. Okay, first of all, the Philippines is the only country in Asia that is predominantly Christian because of the Spanish, I guess, the Spanish takeover in the early days. So most Filipinos are Catholics. And one thing too, like most Filipinos have Spanish names. It's like, just like Black Americans have Irish and English names, most Filipinos have Spanish names. First and last names, Spanish. Okay. What else did I notice there? The churches are huge, even for small towns. Huge Catholic churches. I remember my girl took me to this church in Manila in Baclaran, and they say I think it's the biggest Catholic church in the world, and it's in Manila. So that tells you how much they care about their churches. It's a huge thing. All right, and also I noticed every year, after going there several times in several years, that every year they have this Catholic festival called the Caracol. Now the Caracol, I'll probably have to do another entire video about that because it's a total experience. Okay, let's move on to number 10. Number 10 is Ladyboys and transgenders. Now, this is not a Filipino problem. Most of Southeast Asia, especially Thailand, I could say in Thailand it's almost like I don't want to say epidemic, but there are so much ladyboys in Thailand. It's shocking. Okay, now you can find ladyboys or transgenders all the way from India. It doesn't matter where in Asia, they are there. Okay, so if you're a person that is against transgenders or homosexuality or this and that, maybe Southeast Asia is not a place for you to visit. Okay. Now, one thing, transgenders and ladyboys is become part of the culture. They do not. Let me repeat this: Filipinos do not bother transgender people. or ladyboys. They do not mess with them. Okay, because I've noticed that even when you sometimes I will observe like children playing around, and you can see some of these young little boys. You could tell that this kid right here is just one step away from becoming a lady boy. The way they walk, their mannerisms, the way they talk, this and that, you could tell right away this kid is gonna end up being a lady boy. It's there. Okay? And it's pretty much it's pretty acceptable. It's part of the Asian culture. So if you go there with, like, let's say if you're from a Muslim country and you go there and you think it's a bad thing, you need to shut the F up. It's part of their life and you got nothing to say about it. Let it be. Alright? I think I should end this here. Alright, so my name is Yao Fosu. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and there's a whole lot coming your way. Alright? Take care, God bless, and cheers.